Good morning, everyone. I'm Grant Garvick, and I'm the president of the Galion City School District Board of Education. On December 15th, 2020, our board declared it to be Galion City Schools' Excellent Pandemic Response Day. I would like to read a proclamation for you that our board passed at that meeting. So, here we go. In honor of Galion City School District for its outstanding response to national pandemic. Whereas the Galion City School District Board of Education is extremely proud of the efforts of the entire district staff, which has continued to educate, feed, transport, provide a safe and clean environment, implement in-person and virtual learning, and develop robust educational plans in response to the national pandemic for the Galion City School District students and families from preschool through grade 12 who have gone above and beyond to adhere to protocol, remain engaged with in-person and virtual learning, uphold an outstanding sense of community and support for the district during times of uncertainty and challenge. And whereas the Galion City School District Board of Education has named December 15th, 2020 as Excellent Pandemic Response Day. And whereas the Galion City School District Board of Education honors the teaching staff and counselors who have made phone calls, sent reminds, Zoomed, seesawed, implemented Wellness Wednesdays for student support, emailed and texted students at all grade levels at all hours of the day and night, while maintaining the commitment to provide a quality education to all in-person, quarantined, or online Galion students. And whereas the Galion City School District Board of Education honors the kitchen staff who have fed our students since the beginning of the pandemic, preparing and providing 2 quality free meals 6 days per week at drop-off points in neighborhoods and in classroom buildings for students who attend the Galion Online Academy and the non-school age children of the Galion community. And whereas the Galion City School District Board of Education honors all bus drivers and transportation staff who ensure the cleanliness of all district vehicles while transporting our students safely and who have delivered meals since the onset of the pandemic, including summer months. And whereas the Galion City School District Board of Education honors all custodial and maintenance staff for seamlessly executing regular cleanings and Wednesday deep cleanings, the regular use of the E-Stat sprayer, and installing plexiglass partitions in classrooms in common areas. And whereas the Galion City School District Board of Education honors all administrative assistants and secretarial staff members for providing streamlined customer service to all students and families and for acting as frontline communication experts for questions, concerns, and challenging situations on a daily basis. And whereas the Galion City School District Board of Education honors all educational aides, one-to-one aides, and school nurses who have monitored health and safety protocols, assisted with meal delivery, aided in regular temperature checks, and supported our students and families with academic and social needs. Whereas the Galion City School District Board of Education honors all athletic coaches, extracurricular advisors, and the athletic director for maintaining a high level of safe participation while adhering to all the pandemic protocols so that our students may continue to participate in extracurriculars. And whereas the Galion City School District Board of Education honors the technology department for their dedication in providing a one-to-one environment for all students, kindergarten through grade 12, as well as their continued preparation, implementation, and training of staff on new platforms and learning systems to deliver remote instruction to all our students. And Whereas the Galion City School District Board of Education honors all administrators for the extraordinary efforts to develop a gold standard reopening plan and the leadership to communicate with staff and students to maintain the high quality instruction both in person and virtually, and with limited staff due to quarantine and focus on what is best for kids and growth of staff. And whereas the Galion City School District Board of Education honors all fiscal staff in their ability to navigate operations without interruption during mandated shutdowns and quarantines, including COVID fee holiday for all students and reallocation of funds to provide needed resources to teaching staff and custodial staff. And whereas the Galion City School District Board of Education honors all special education service providers for their ability to modify services such as OT, PT, and speech for students from in-person to virtual delivery during extenuating circumstances. And whereas the Galion City School District Board of Education honors all students and families for their unwavering grace and resiliency displayed toward every challenge that has preceded them and for their unmatched support of the district. And whereas the Galion City School District Board of Education honors our first-year superintendent, Mrs. Jennifer Allerding, for the hours dedicated day and night to contact tracing, numerous phone calls to personally contact families regarding probable COVID-19 cases in the district, multiple Facebook live sessions to inform families in the community about the pandemic and the impact on the district, continual communication by phone, email, and call to staff, families, students in the community about the pandemic and how it impacts the district. Formulation of the reopening plan committee with all key stakeholders, including staff, families, students in the Galion community, to develop a gold standard reopening plan. Implementing strong communication with the Galion Health Department. Providing PPE and resources for safety in all district buildings. Collaboration with teaching staff when quarantined to continue quality education for our students. Development of methodology to educate students and to meet family needs, whether in person, online, or remotely, and for creating incentives to attract substitutes for all positions in the district. And now, therefore, I, Grant Garverick, President, Galion City Schools District Board of Education, do hereby proclaim December 15th, 2020 as Galion City Schools Excellent Pandemic Response Day. And I take great pleasure in presenting this proclamation to the Galion community, students, faculty, support staff, and parents of Galion City Schools for this outstanding achievement. Thank you, and Merry Christmas.